Hey, everybody, we're back. Welcome to the afternoon session here. We have an hour to go before we close for the day. This is Tuesday, August the 10th, 2021, and I welcome you back to the channel. It's Uncle Bruce here. I'm just whipping open my caffeine-free Diet Coke. Here in Canada, of course, we have the caffeine-free Diet Coke logo, a label, and then over here, it's here in Canada, of course. Hang on. It's the sans caffeine Coke Diet, in French, and then we have everything in English over here, and then we have everything in French over here. That's all bilingual, even on the cans. We're a bilingual country up here, and French English, French English, French English. I'm trying to remember how much of the population of Canada is actually French speaking. I don't know if it's even a third. I'm not sure if it's even 25%, but it's on all of our cereal boxes and my Cheese Whiz and anything you buy up here. You have to have bilingual language on packaging, no matter what. So there you are. It's like a different country than America. It's like completely different. Welcome to welcome to the afternoon session. Nice to have you here. I've been trying to keep on top of this market here, and a surprising move today. I'm happy to see, first of all, SoFi at $16.99 again. It was just over 17 a moment ago, so we're kind of back to $17 on SoFi. I'm happy about that. But the winner of the day is CYXT, Cyxtera, 974 last trade, up $1.23, and I have no news to tell you why it's doing this, except that I know that the guys at Cyxtera, the senior management, they were headed for a show and tell. Now in our business, in the old days, we used to call it show and tells, where you used to go to you would go to maybe a conference of some kind, and you'd be in front of a bunch of investment people, and there'd be like 10 companies that would put together a little show and tell, and each one would get 15 minutes to tell the world how great they are and what they're all about, what they're going to do. And then the brokers, the stockbrokers, investment advisors, could ask them questions. And after the formal presentations were over, the management of these publicly traded companies would hang around, and you can come up and talk to them and find out what their big picture is, what they're up to, what they want to, what's going to happen. And it would help you figure out who's who in the zoo. Now, where I used to be a stockbroker was in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, home of the Canadian oil patch. And so we used to get all the oil and gas companies out, all the little guys, the little juniors and the mid-sizes. They were the ones, Imperial Oil or Husky or Gulf or these large, like Shell Canada. They didn't have to tell us who they were. We knew those guys. We would fill up our cars at their gas stations. We knew who they were, but the little junior, Buffalo Oil and Gas, or Reed Oil and Gas, whatever they're called, they had to put on the show and tells, and usually it meant a free lunch. It meant, as a broker, you get to go to the Westin Hotel, and they'd have the thing would start at about noonish or so. So you get there about 11:45, and they'd usually have they have tables, and if you've RSVP'd, then you have a reservation on a table. And you might go with a buddy or two from the office, and two or three of you go. You're sitting at a table, and you're meeting some other folks, and then you're being served lunch, and by 12:30 it's done. The meal is quick. It's get to the point, and while you're finishing your dessert, here go the presentations, and the whole thing lasts 2 hours. Goes from noon till 2 o'clock, and starting at 1:30, people start heading out already. But yeah, that's what you do. Show and tells to let the world know who you are, what you're about, what's going on. We've got a 973 last trade on CYXT, on Cyxtera, on 531,000 shares. Nice little day we're having here. Other than that, some of our stocks that we follow, we have Robinhood down 238, just out of interest. It's been kind of flatlining down here for hours now. SoFi, $17, up 9 cents. GameStop down 427 to 156.86. ATIP 424, down 33 cents, and the low on ATIP was 411 today, now sitting at 424 on 1.7 million shares. it hit the low just a few minutes ago, maybe 20 minutes ago, and it's just now popping up about 12, 13 cents a share. Not sure what kind of a run we have going on here, but it would be nice to have one. A little profit taking there, I guess, a little consolidation. AMC down $1.93. AMC hung on to a gain and lasted until about 1:20 this afternoon. It was able to hold a gain all day until 1:20, and then the bottom fell out. And 31.44 for the low, 31.82 right now on 103 million shares. You're not seeing 500 million shares trade a day anymore on AMC, and that right there spells doom for the stock. You must have high volume because there's too many day traders, too many flippers. Matterport up 76 cents to 16.25. We're at the highest level now for Matterport in probably 3 months. Let me just check yeah, we're at the highest level right now for Matterport since about March of this year. March the 12th or 11th was the last time. It's the last time I saw it at 17. So it's been a while since Matterport has been here. We have broken all the resistance levels from March, April, May, June, July, and now. They're all the stock's gone through all those trading ranges, and now we're up to as high of 1634. We're beginning to get into where we were back at when I first discovered this stock way back in February. So this is good to see. Matterport is definitely picking up a buying interest, 1.5 million today again. It's not heavy volume, but it's picking up. The market cap on the company is $3.9 billion. It's not like this is a $50 billion machine. It's a small company. It's something I also wanted to mention to you guys in just a second. I'm going to talk to you about market caps here. ME, by the way, is down 20 cents to 876. Fifth Wall is back positive now. It was negative this morning. Fifth Wall is down to 12.27. It's now 12.67. It's actually up 12 cents. Vector Acquisition up 33 cents to 10.69, and that one is picking up nicely on 653,000. Nice to see the gain there. And then NavSite, unfortunately, down still 26 cents at 9.72. NavSite Holdings volume 215,000, so a little pressure there. And then we have $9.77 on CYXT. CYXT's market cap is $1.6 billion, by the way. So this is not what we call an overpriced stock or anything like that. We have here a stock that is coming on with a $1.6 billion market cap, and this is what I want to mention about market caps. I keep telling you guys, you follow me following these SPACs. What we're not doing is we are not following companies that are the size of big corporations. We are talking about still small companies in the big scheme of things. When a company goes public through an IPO, for example, by the time a public company or by the time a company is underwritten by an investment banker through an IPO, that's what I wanted to say. By the time that happens, it's likely that the relationship between the investment banking group and the company that just went public probably has been 2 years already. It's been a 2-year relationship. They've probably met a few years back, and the up and coming company is caught the eye of the New Yorkers or wherever they're from, and there's some real potential here. And it's not surprising. It wouldn't be surprising to me that some of these investment bankers have already raised money for these companies on private placements 2 years ago, 18 months ago, before an IPO is even being brought to the table. And these companies are raising, in some cases, hundreds of millions of dollars already when they are, in the seed round, the early round, after the founders get it going and so on. Sometimes investment bankers will help private companies do a merger of one company and another company to form a certain company, and then that entity a year later is then brought to the market as a unified, solidified company to be taken public in an IPO. And by the time the company does IPO with 20 million shares or however many million shares they're selling at, whatever price they're selling it for, the entity now is a $5, $10, $20 billion company. It's capitalized and market cap quite highly. And you'll get stocks that will trade at very high market caps right off the bat, like Coinbase, for example, $71 billion market cap at $270 dollars a share, or something like Airbnb trading at 148 bucks has a $91 billion market cap. Doesn't make a dime of money, by the way. Doesn't earn a dime. DoorDash trading at 190 bucks a share has a $62 billion market cap. They don't make any money. This is stock that is highly priced, where the street is thinking that these guys are going to make a go of it. It blows my mind that they trade at these prices. Talk about speculative. When we're talking about, for example, ATIP, physical therapy, it has an $882 million market cap right now. At $4.25 a share, it doesn't even have a $1 billion market cap. So we're talking about very small market cap companies compared to these monsters that are getting underwritten through IPOs. And what I wanted to kind of make you aware of, what I want to kind of make sure you understand, is that if any of these SPACs that we're following become a meme stock, heavily followed, really heavily followed by millions of potential investors, and just a couple of 100,000 investors try to buy up some of these shares, between a couple of hundred shares each and a couple of thousand shares each, or more, you start bringing in 200,000-300,000 investors a day into your stock, and eventually you have 3 or 4 million people playing this market. These shares will take off. They will jump $2-3 a day easily, because there just will not be enough paper to go around. They're not big enough to allow the market to really digest hundreds of millions of shares. There just aren't that many available. It's a small, relatively small float, small market cap, and you get $2 billion of buying interest in one day on a stock that the company is 1.6 billion market cap. That's more than the market cap of the whole company. The whole stock will turn over. There'll be more trading in one day than there exists. This moves markets dramatically. This is what happened to GameStop shares last January, way back when, starting in December and in January and by February. There was so many trades per day on GameStop that more money was coming into the stock than the company was worth. And give you an idea, I think it was July 19 or 20, a year ago, the stock was $5 a share. There were 70 million out there. It was a $350 million market cap company. 350 million was the entire market cap of GameStop. At 150 odd dollars a share right now, GameStop is market capped at $11.7 billion. So this is like 40 times more valuable, or 38 times more valuable than it was then. And so when we talk about, only 1.3 million traded today, we go boo-hoo, that's very small trading. Yeah, but it is $200 million in stock trading hands, which is 2/3 of what the company used to be worth at one time. This is still a lot of interest. And of course, we're dealing with a company that's at the moment hasn't said anything today, so there's no reason for incredible speculation. It's the AMC show today. But nonetheless, these SPACs we're following that I keep telling you about, the Matterports, the ATIPs, the ME, the 23andMe, these companies are small compared to many others that are trading millions of shares a day. So a sliver of interest from the big market players out there will make a huge difference to the price of your stock. And I can see these shares all jumping up 50% in value in like a week without any difficulty whatsoever. So you're asking me sometimes, what should I do with these $10 contracts? What are these $12.50 contracts? The stock's sitting at 7 or 8 or 10. I'm down money on this. What do I do? What do I do? And I tell you to stick around, because at any one moment in time, any deal that these guys make, any announcement that these guys make, any write-up that any of these companies get from any kind of brokerage houses, any kind of potential merger they're involved with, or any kind of a deal like say Matterport and Facebook doing an arrangement, those kinds of arrangements can get this company exposure to the potentially to like 10 million possible investors in like 24 hours. A small percentage of them want to pick off some of this stock. It'll start to move, and if it starts to move, everyone jumps on it, because then all of a sudden they smell opportunity. And this is where your stocks like CYXT today up $1.27 to 9.77. This is entirely possible on a 500,000 shares. I mean, we didn't need 5 million shares of buying to move this $1.27 a share. 555,000 shares is all it took for this to happen, and that's pretty good stuff. Vector is up 30 cents right now at 663,000. We've got Matterport up 76 cents now on 1.5 million. This is what we're talking about. We do not need $1 billion a day of buying power to move these stocks 4, 5, 6, 8% in one day. Doesn't take that much. So stand by, guys. When they go, and they've all gone through all the steps necessary to go public. They all became, first the SPACs were created. All the legals were done for that. It went public through a brokerage firm. All the legals were done for that. All the filing fees, listing fees, everything done, all the legals done. Then you had the private company, which had to be vetted and had to pass all kinds of smell tests. The private company then was not only made a deal with the SPAC to merge, but then they also made a deal with Wall Street for additional PIPE financing. And in a number of the cases that we're dealing with here, there is more PIPE financing coming into these companies than the actual SPACs that they're taking over. I mean, the SPACs raised 300 million, but the PIPE financing is 500 million. So there's more money in Wall Street coming into the deal after they are going public with the SPAC. The SPAC is just a vehicle to become publicly traded into with a few dollars in it. The PIPE financing is the secret. And I think that these companies all have the ability to go back to the street, go back to Wall Street when the time is right, the deal is right, to raise another $500 million or $1 billion each anytime they need it for whatever kind of deal they want to do, especially if some of these publicly traded companies, they start to acquire companies like a $1 billion acquisition of a private company that will bring, say, $250 million a year in revenues into the house. That kind of an asset coming into a public vehicle, that $1 billion acquisition will trade at a $10 billion market value. That will really enhance the value of a company. So do not be surprised if your SPACs start to announce going forward little deals. They'll start picking off 50 to 100 to $200 million private companies as they just start picking them off and bringing them in to consolidate them into the one big machine. And they absorb the sales and the staffs and everything else, and they just keep growing out and growing out. And this is where I think in the long run, ATIP will eventually be acquiring, I think, standalone, maybe 5 and 10 and 20 location type therapy centers. They'll just bring in CYXT. What they'll likely do is CYXT will either build out additional server farms of their own from scratch, or they will acquire privately held server farms and vend them in for stock, or vend them in for maybe a cash stock deal into the public company. And this will dramatically change the financial look of CYXT very quickly. Because again, they'll buy up privately run server farms, put them into a publicly traded server farm corporation that is going to trade at very high multiples because of its growth curve. And this is where CYXT has a lot of upside for us. By the way, speaking of CYXT, it's $9.85 right now on your CYXT stock, nickel away from the high of the day of $9.90. 590,000 shares traded. It is popping up yet again. Very, very interesting movement there. So there you go. That's what to expect. Again, even CYXT right now is market cap at 1.6 billion. That's all. It's a very small. It's a small company when you consider the size of some of these other Wall Street giants, especially the IPO'd ones. These guys are a shadow of how big these monsters are. And as I say, you just bring in just a little bit of the street, a couple of million stock players trying to come into CYXT or 23andMe or Matterport stock. That stock will run $4 or $5 in 2 days. It's just gone, and I'll be talking to you about Matterport at $16.28, and 3 days later I'm telling you about it at $22 a share. And you won't have time to react. It'll just be so fast and violent, and it's a one-way street. It's gone. It's going. So We just need these companies to be discovered. That's all we need, and they are working on it. They are working on it. So anyway, all right. The Dow is up 156 points. It's got a slow upper trajectory going here all day, but it's really imperceptible. It's not like it had a good start in the first hour and then it just leveled off, but it is holding the gain and seems to be adding to it. S&P is only up 4 points. The NASDAQ is down 70. It's just not giving us any performance here. I get the impression that the FANG stocks are holding us back. And it just could be that the banks and growth stocks are in fashion right now. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know for sure. But there's a lot of talk now about, what's going to happen with interest rates? Is the Fed really going to make a move here? There are 10 million job openings out there. The Fed is wondering, hey, with that many jobs available, and in the next few months, a lot of the benefits that people are getting are going to disappear. They're going to be forced to get work. And the Fed is probably banking and gambling on the fact that a lot of people will begrudgingly start going back to work unless we have a virus breakout of unbelievable proportions. The hope is that we kind of get it going again. Although a lot of you out there have figured out, I don't need to go back to that grunt job anymore. I can do it in another way. So again, we've changed forever. We've gone over that. We know. But the thinking, I guess, at the federal level, at the Fed, maybe they're hoping that they can ease up on tapering. They can begin tapering, which means they won't have to flood the market with so much money anymore. They can flood it with less money and let private enterprise kind of take it from here. Today, the Senate passed the infrastructure bill. Now, this is step 1 of 3. This is the first step. The second step now is the U.S. House of Representatives, the Congress, with 500 and however many there are. They have to pass an infrastructure bill. And then the two houses have to come to an agreement to amend each one and pass a unified bill to bring to the President of the United States, who can then sign it into law. That's step 3. Chances are fairly likely that the infrastructure bill will go through. The trick of it, though, is going to be the secondary piece now that's being negotiated, or I don't know if it's being negotiated. It's being tried to pass now in the Senate, and that is the next spending bill that is coming to the Senate. This includes the provision to allow the United States to keep borrowing money to fund its operations. The $3.5 trillion over 10-year human infrastructure bill, let's call it. So that's enhanced medical coverage for Americans, daycare allowables, school funding, all the stuff that drives conservatives up the wall. That's now being handled in the Senate going forward. I don't know how long this will take. I don't know how it's going to go through, but it'll have to be Democrats only. The big picture, though, for the markets, and for those of you at home who are playing the market, what you need to know is the infrastructure bill in the Senate has passed, which means the House now can put together an infrastructure bill as well. We can merge these two together, pass it, get the president to sign it, and the paving begins. We start paving highways, start repairing bridges, and on and on go all the hard physical infrastructure rebuild. This is a 10-year package, a 10-year bill that will now kick in, and this is a definite made in America jobs program to make America better, which is just terrific. The world couldn't be happier that America is getting stronger on the infrastructure side. That's a good thing. The other side of it, that one that you debate back and forth, and people will. But I have an impression that the Democrats are going to give it a go to try to get it through with just their majority. And if they can, of course, Republicans will jump all over it as an election issue because it's too much woeful spending by the Democrats. The Democrats will, of course, counter by saying this is what America needs, this is what Americans deserve, and around goes the debate. Whatever it is, it is. But the infrastructure part of this thing should be done and going through. And now the funding is in place. Let's get on with it. Let's see what happens. All right. Well, time will tell. SoFi is holding a $17 price right now, up 9 cents. Dow is up 163. S&P up 5.4. NASDAQ down 66. Oil is up 198. Oil prices bounce, erasing Monday's loss as traders cheer U.S. Senate passage of the infrastructure bill. I don't know why oil would bounce on the infrastructure bill. I can understand this is good for the U.S. economy and it's good for jobs. Will it help oil prices? I'm not exactly sure on that. I guess, if the highways are always working, the cars will always be driving, I guess we need oil. Okay, but that's a long-term thing, isn't it? But anyway, today, people looking for an excuse, they've got one. There you have it. GameStop now 158, down 313. We're improving a little bit now. The low of the day, 155.42. We're now at 158. So the stock has rebounded by about $2.50 here this afternoon. Good to see. We still have ATIP down 31 cents on the day to 425. The low of the day, 411. So a 14-cent rebound on 1.8 million shares. See how that works its way out. AMC, unfortunately, 31.67, and it is about 20 cents away from the low of the day. Ballpark, 107 million traded. Still down 205 on the day, even though they had theoretically better results than expected, but they are still terrible results. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Matterport, 16.17, up 66 cents, the high of 16.34, coming into the last now 34 minutes. 23andMe, unfortunately, is down at 8.64. It really is an anomaly, the stock. It'll go up $1 one day, down 50 cents the next. We're at a low of 8.52 today. That was around 11.45 or 10.45, I should say. We're now at 8.64 after having a partial recovery, but we're at 8.64 on 1.3 million shares. Fifth Wall acquisition holding a gain of 18 cents at 12.72. This is the high of the day on Fifth Wall on 1.1 million shares. So that's doing all right. Its all-time high, I believe, is 12.90. That's right. It is 18 cents away from its all-time record high, 12.90. Okay. Vector acquisitions, 10.77, up 41 cents, doing just fine. NavSite still down 30 cents at 9.68. The low today, 9.61. So it has not been able to mount a serious charge. It had a little bit of a plateau. It's come back. Cyxtera, 9.75 right now, up $1.25. The volume now in Cyxtera, 606,000. The high of the day, 9.90. Right now, 9.75. Very good day. Big gain on the stock. All right. News that we need to worry about or should know, 23andMe. First quarter financials come out on the 13th. That's in 3 days, Friday. Fifth Wall acquisition, we now know that August the 23rd is the official shareholder vote day for SmartRent to take them over. And they will be called SmartRent on August 23rd. It'll be done. So that is in 13 days. So 2 weeks yesterday, we will be through that. So that by Tuesday, Wednesday of that week, she'll start trading as SmartRent. Matterport, second quarter financials are coming out tomorrow after the bell. Then there'll be a conference call at 5 Eastern, I believe. Then on Thursday, Canaccord Genuity Annual Growth Conference being held. Matterport is a presenter. They're doing a show and tell. So they come up with their financials and go right onto the show and tell market. Away they go to try to promote, what they're all about. And that could be why the stock is beginning to move now to 16.27, up 76 cents, reaching levels we have not seen since March. So definite upward movement there. Vector VACQ shareholder merger date, August the 20th, when they will become Rocket Lab. The symbol will be RKLB for Rocket Lab. NavSite Holdings, day after tomorrow, 13 days, 3 days, sorry, August 13th, 3 days. Merger date to become Spire. Today's the 10th. This will be 13th, Friday. Then ATIP, the CEO was canned over the weekend. The new CEO search is underway. They will very quickly replace this individual with a public company market experience person. I'm sure they are talking to 5 or 10 people right now. They may have targeted the one they want. They're probably negotiating a deal as we speak. ATIP will have new leadership very shortly. Unfortunately, the shares backed off today when they had a good day yesterday. But do not be surprised if the shares do go higher. Now, depending on who they get, if they get a name person, someone really known for running a good ship in a public company, it could be an interesting shakeup. We'll have to see if that individual also brings in a team of people. We'll watch for that. And then SoFi, second quarter financials come out day after tomorrow. Thursday, the SoFi financials will be released, and the conference call will be held as well. It's all after the market Thursday night. So we have just a couple more days to wait it out with SoFi. We're at $16.99, $17 a share. And now we let them speak, and hopefully they will speak a lot. I'm hoping they talk a ton, and hopefully on Friday we read a ton about SoFi. That's kind of, and then over the weekend, starting by Monday morning, we read a ton more, and hopefully we hear a whole lot of information about SoFi to sort of make it clear that down at these levels, it's not going to last much longer. So we'll see how this all goes. I'll wait it out like the rest of you. We'll be here to see. Hopefully this will all take place. Looking good on Matterport, 16.25 up 74 cents, and 9.73 on CYXT up 123. Over on the other shares we follow, Vanek Vector is down 2.80 today. Home Depot up 2.25 to 3.31. IBM is down 2 cents today, 141.22. It's the heartbreaker. The Dow up 152. Microsoft down 239. Apple down 50 cents. The Tesla shares down $2.45. So we are talking real quiet here. Bed Bath & Beyond up $1.58 to $29.57. BlackBerry down 6 cents to $10.35. Royal Caribbean defying the odds up to $80.97, up $3.58 today. This is way too high, but it's where it is. Norwegian at $25.88, up $1.23. Carnival $23.68, up 98 cents. Norwegian yesterday got downgraded by a brokerage house. They cut their target price by $5 a share. Didn't matter today. Amazon is down $20 a share. Facebook down $1. Google down $1. Over on JP Morgan, they're up $1.90 there. Goldman Sachs up $8.94 to $408.82. Stock's on its way to $700 a share, doing just great. Netflix down $5.50 to $5.14, interestingly. DraftKings down 8 cents today after an interesting couple of days here with some news. What else? Intel down 7 cents. Micron down $4.21. Micron down to $76 a share. Surprising. So we have winners and losers definitely today. There's green and red everywhere. It is a choppy day. We have the Dow up 151 when it was so yesterday. We've got NASDAQ down today when it was up yesterday. So we're switching around. It looks to me like the FANG stocks are the ones under pressure today. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here and commenting on what's going on. Appreciate all of you here tonight and this afternoon. Appreciate the thumbs ups and everything. Everyone's helping us out. We're at right now on the thumbs up meter. We have 163 and counting. Hopefully we can reach 300 or 400 today. That would be pretty cool. Thank you, all of you who are here that are following this channel as members and non-members, subscribers, non-subscribers. You're all welcome here as always. We'll have to have you. Please consider becoming a subscriber, and if you become a subscriber, please consider becoming a member. And join us for our shows here every day, Monday to Friday, as we reserve the chat for members only, which is what we're going to do right now. Put that through, and thank you again for visiting with us again and being here. Hopefully you're finding what we have interesting. We have 2 new classes coming up this week. I'll be on the air Saturday and Sunday for 2 new classes this week. And an alert went out to members just about 45 minutes ago. The members have now been alerted that we have 2 classes going this weekend, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. And you have been invited, you as members have been invited to join the classes. If you like, just send me an email. Address is inside the alert. Send me an email, say, hey, would like to join you and Jennifer, you and Auntie Jen on Saturday or Sunday or both days. We will send you an invite for whatever classes you'd like to attend, and then we'll open it up to the entire channel tomorrow. We'll let everybody know what the classes are and what's going on. But between now and tomorrow, the members get a head start here to make the reservations first. And I look forward to visiting with a bunch of you. I think you're going to enjoy these two classes. Definitely, I've been asked for these two topics quite a bit, so we'll be addressing some requests there. I'm rather looking forward to questions from the audience with regard to these two topics we're going to cover on the weekend. And we'll see how that all kind of comes together. I'm kind of looking forward to. Thank you, everybody, for your support of this channel. Member, subscriber, or just casual observer. Nice to have you here. Thank you. Larry, how you doing there, buddy? Nice to see you. SoFi coming on, says Joe, 1706 up 15 cents. I like it. BW saying, we have 550 people watching. We don't even have a 50% thumbs up ratio. I mean, come on, peeps. Give the man the finger, why don't you? I mean, well, how about a thumb? How about a thumb? Throw me a thumbs up if you dare. That would be awful nice. We're already at 210. 50 have already come in just the last 5 minutes. Thank you guys for this. Help us out. Throw the thumbs up our way, and that'll bring a whole bunch of new people into this channel because YouTube will promote us to the outside world. Thank you guys. SoFi back through 17. Let's go, baby. We want to go higher, much higher. GameStop is back over 159 now. We're only down $1.88 on GameStop. So even GameStop is picking up the pace right now, which is nice to see. Good recovery coming through on GameStop. We've got the high of the day, 166.90. That was right after the opening this morning. The low of the day, 155.35, and that was probably about an hour and a bit ago. Now we're at 159.25 and climbing again. So hopefully we can get back on the plus side of this equation and give that 165 a run for its money again. That would be kind of nice. Thank you, everybody. RCL needs to go down for those puts to make money. That's right. The higher RCL goes, the more attractive the puts get, for sure. SoFi holding 17, GameStop 159.15. We have ATIP, unfortunately, at 409, down 47 cents, taking a bit of a dive here at the end of the day, or with about 20 minutes to go, 30 minutes to go. Under a bit of pressure here. 1.9 million traded right now on ATIP. AMC down $1.93. Matterport is now 1640, climbing up again. Just touched 1645 a few minutes ago for the high trade of the day. 1.7 million. This is really good to see. Matterport is moving nicely today. Fifth Wall is moving. Vector is moving, and Cyxtera is moving. These SPACs are all moving up nicely for us today, and hopefully others will follow suit right behind them. Good to see Fifth Wall at 12.88. It's 2 cents away from the high of all time since it was listed. That's an interesting thing to watch. Matterport, best level since March. We just broke the all-time high for Fifth Wall, 12.92. Just broke through 12.90 like butter. Didn't even have resistance there. 1.17 million shares traded on Fifth Wall. We are moving through there. Matterport now up 92 cents. Definitely taking a shot straight up at 1645. That's the high of the day. VACQ is under pressure, still up 17 cents at the moment. Cyxtera up 976 right now on 619,000 shares traded. High of the day, 990 today. Very, very good market on some of our stocks here. Good to see this upward momentum. GameStop, let's hope it keeps coming with some more buying power to finish off the day. The GameStop volume today is 1.47 million. Very light. Very, very light. SoFi 1698. Volume on SoFi today, 11.4 million, holding around that level now. Back to 17, just hit it, and we're about to go through 159 perhaps on GameStop. It looks like it wants to take a shot at it again. We'll see if that does it. It's at 158.96 now, right on the edge. We have 21 minutes left in the day. Yep, 158.83 on GameStop. That just backed off a little bit. Hopefully it'll take another shot. All right, well, do what we can. Matterport, another high, 1646 now on 1.72 million. It is looking good. Real good pop here. The 1 month chart. This is your 1 month chart on Matterport. I mean, this is right up here, looking good right at the top here. And here's a 3 month chart on Matterport. Look at that. It was down here in that 10, 11 range back in May. And then June, July, it kind of held that 14, 15 range. Now we're pushing 17 around. We're gonna push 17 around. This is great. Here is a 6-month chart on Matterport since I started following it way back here. And you can see that first initial rush when they announced their deal, and then it backed off, and it's now coming on. It's eaten away all this resistance. It's all gone. Stock's higher now than it's been in probably 5 months. So Matterport is definitely technically really busting out. Just hit a $1 gain on the day for Matterport. We're up $1 on Matterport. Make that up $1.06 on Matterport. 16.57 now on your Matterport. It is breaking out right now on 1.759 million. 16.57 a share. Looking very, very good on the Matterport. Okay, we like it. Let's keep it going, guys. See what happens here. SoFi trying to get that back up to the 17s and hopefully beyond, but one day at a time. That's what we have to do. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. Let's go. ATIP 409 Matterport moving. People are noticing this. Thank you, guys. ATIP $4 a share right now. Uncle Bruce, you were saying that a market cap is also tied to what a share price is, but why can a company that has $100 SP only be a $12 billion company? Another one trading at the same SP is $20 billion. Well, if a company's shares are $100 each, and you have a million shares outstanding, you have a $100 million company. But if you have a $100 stock with 200 million shares outstanding, it's a $2 billion company. So it's how many shares exist times the market price of the stock gives you the market cap. All right. So in the case of GameStop, you have 70 odd million shares outstanding, trading at about a 159.43 around GameStop. We're going to 160 right now. Multiply 73 million times, or 76 million times 160, and then you get this market cap of over $12 billion. That's how it works. If GameStop had double the number of shares outstanding, then the market cap would be 25 billion. It would be double. So it's just a matter of how many shares exist times the price per share. 129.33, 159.33 now. 159.33 on GameStop, down $1.80 on the day with 17 minutes. So it's coming on nicely at the end here. SoFi holding 16.99. ATIP at 402, taking a nosedive at the end of the day here. It's definitely getting hit $4 at one point. We got Matterport now 16.50, up 99 cents. High of the day 16.57. Doesn't seem to want to be giving up much ground here. We've got 23andMe at 8.59, down 37 cents. Fifth Wall up 30 cents to 12.85. High of the day 12.92, all-time high for Fifth Wall. That is its new all-time high trade, and we are still 2-3 weeks away from the deal, but it's coming now. We now know it is coming. Vector at 10.66, up 30 cents, coming on again. It was the low as 10.36 this morning, so we are 30 cents higher than the low of the day. And over on a NAV site at 9.72, down 26 cents, although it is picking up a little bit right now. Cyxtera 9.73, up $1.23, and that's where we're holding right now. The Dow holding 150 point gain, S&P holding 281, Nasdaq down 75 points. All right. Alrighty. I'm happy with Matterport. I'll take a slow climb any day up over volatility. Somebody picked off some stock here on ATIP. Kev, you got some stock at 401 on the ATIP. It's $399.50. That's a great buy, though. That's a good score. Let's see. I laugh out loud. I'm actually making money on my ATIP puts now. This is hilarious. There you go. ATIP, stay away from 3 something, but it didn't. Hope MTR and SoFi do a pop to 20. That becomes the new floor. Let's see. My little baby Matterport says anti-PC. Look at it go. Yep, it's coming. It's 16.56, up $1.06 again. It's coming on yet again. AB looks like 16 could be the new floor for SoFi. Let's see. What else have we got here? Let's go. Matterport just started climbing. 107 at 1658. It's up 107 now on Matterport. 15 minutes to go right here. Looking great, just great. And the Cyxtera 973 up $1.23. Vector now 1064 up 28 cents. Fifth Wall 1285 up 30. Let's go. What's the exercise price of the CYXT warrants? 1150. Those warrants got to be going up in price. Does anyone have a market on them today? What are those CYXT warrants going for now? Is Matterport going to catch SoFi today? Is that possible? 1650 right now. I don't know. Let's see. What else is going on here? Yeah, that's right. Let's see. ATIP hit 399. ATIP right now is sitting at $4 again. Just popped up over 4. That's where we're at right now. All right. Let's see. They expire in 2027. ATIP is super cheap. Let's go here. Let's go. Yeah, those warrants, they expire a long time from now. What are they trading at? MTR in my 600 shares, 191. Bruce on the warrants. See, they were 165, 170 the other day. They move up with the stock. The stock goes up, the warrants go up, and all of you got gifted the warrants as a hand me out. This is great. At 195, that's a 65 cent a share gift that you were all given on your stock. So, take your Cyxtera at 972, add 65 to that. 1038 is where you're trading at right now on your total investment on CYX on your Cyxtera. Nice, I like it. I'm up $239 on my only MTTR call. Wish I could have gotten more. I had to, but I sold one. Auntie, what? Auntie, how could you? What can I say? Matterport climbing on tomorrow's second quarter earnings, or the show and tell, or yeah, there's a lot of good things happening here. We're up $1.05 now on Matterport, looking good. Looking really good right now. February 22 calls on ATIP seem cheap. A 5-cent US dollar strike price is less than $80. That's cheap, all right. 250s are cheap too because they're only worth $1.50 book value. So if you can get them for under $2, they're even better. Let's see. MTR is my number one, says Delahoe. Right on. And yeah, that's a crazy long time for those CYXT warrants. I can't get over it. It is a long time. And like I say, the CYXT goes up, pops up to $12, $13. These will be worth $3, $4 each. They will be worth a nice bunch of money. Adding to your gain, 972 on Cyxtera, up $1.22. IBM still down 4 cents, breaking everybody's heart. Vector up 27 cents. Fifth Wall up 30 cents to 12.85. Matterport 16.56 up $1.06. High of the day 16.63. 12 minutes to go on 1.8 million, by the way, on Matterport. Looking really good today. 16.57 just jumped another penny on us. Another slipping a little higher. Thank you, Matterport. Keep it going. GameStop 159.74, threatening to go through 160 here. Hopefully there'll be a little momentum for GameStop to break through the 160 barrier and take a shot at breaking even or maybe gaining a bit. We have 11, 12 minutes to do it. Plenty of time. 17 on SoFi now, holding its own. AMC, unfortunately, down 211, not having a good day there. We're at 16.58 on Matterport, 5 cents away from the high of the day on a 1.84 million share day on Matterport. Very, very good day. Cyxtera up 974, up $1.24, flatlining right now to the close. Vector up 21 cents and Fifth Wall up 26. Navsite, unfortunately, down 23 cents. It's recovered a bit from the low, but still down on the day. All right, I made more on SoFi when it was over 20 with my 1250 calls. These were gold. Those were gold. Roll that into Matterport. Hey, I'm way up on IBM. Just kidding. Why the face, IBM? Any acceleration clauses on those CYXT warrants? I don't know. I don't know about any of that. Have not looked into that. If anyone knows anything about it, let me know. Matterport, 16.57 right now. All right. Let's see. Dumb question. Can the market be flooded with too many different companies? Well, I mean, there's companies in certain sectors, and you know, they, sometimes when there are too many companies, companies take over companies, and then there are fewer, and then new companies come out again. It's the way it is. Yep, I got a February 22 call on ATIP, a $2.50 strike for a buck 80. That's a good. That's good. That's a good buy. That's a good buy. ATIP has a December 22 $5 strike for a buck 45 per. Is that too far out, Uncle Bruce? I wouldn't pay that kind of money for the $5 strike on ATIP. As the February 22 fives are 85 cents. One has a ton of time, the other is shorter and a tad cheaper. Thoughts? Yeah, BW, do not get the fives. Don't go for the five. Go for the 250s and go out as far as you can get. Yeah, they're cheap. Should we be in their documentation? I've not read it at all, says Michael at this point. 1658 now on Matterport, up $1.07 here. Fifth wall at 1280. VACQ at 1059, up 23 cents. And Sextera at 974, up $1.24. Sextera holding volume of 640,000 shares, sitting right at that level. We've got 8 or so minutes to go in our trading session today, and having an interesting day on some of these stocks that we're following. Robinhood 54.10 down 273. SoFi $17. GameStop 159.32 to 34, just under the 160 barrier. ATIP back to 403 after bottoming out at 390 some odd. AMC down 219. Matterport up 107 to 1658. 23andMe 863 down 33 cents. Fifth wall at 1280, up 26 cents. Just hit a new high today of 1292, all-time high for fifth wall. Vector is at 1061, up a quarter right now. And we have Sextera at 974, up $1.24. IBM breaking everybody's hearts, only down a dime, but it's just not going up today. The Dow up 142 points coming into the last 7-8 minutes. S&P up 1 point. Nasdaq down 85. Oil up $1.95. That is where we're at right now. What else is going on? Microsoft down 245. Apple down 68 cents. Tesla down 342. And we have Bed Bath & Beyond up $1.52. BlackBerry down a nickel. Royal Caribbean up 345 to 80.84. It's a crazy price. That's a crazy price. And Amazon down $24. Facebook down $1.20. Alphabet down $1. So these FANG stocks are not doing it. Apple and Microsoft are all down. The Amazon, Facebook, Alpha, all negative, and even I think Netflix is negative. I think the last I saw earlier today. Yeah, it was down $5. So the FANG stocks are not leading the charge at all. This is not a FANG stock move, FANG stock day at all. How about that? If it was IBM the only one breaking our hearts, what are you going to do? IBM ain't breaking my heart, says Auntie. It's not breaking my heart. $17 on that SoFi. Earnings coming up real soon. We'll see how this goes. Matterport still up 98 cents at 16.49 into the last 6-minute stretch of our day today. 159.29 on GameStop. Matterport now up $1.01 again, and Sextera up $1.26. I love to see SPACs up more than $1 a day on a day. I love that. That's looking good. Let's see what happens. All right, 250's got it right on BW. Now you're talking. Because if you can buy the 250s for $1.80 or something like really cheap, that's less than the stock. You're getting the leverage on the contract. Here we go. Absolutely. You can buy 100 shares for obviously $400, or you can control 100 shares for like 180 some odd dollars. So, yeah, I like that. Let's see. GameStop should do a 100 for 1 stock split. How about that? Hold that $17 line, SoFi, please. To be fair, though, IBM is great for writing calls. Very stable. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And here you go. Carlos says, IBM didn't break my heart. She just told me she was too tired and had a headache. That's all. Didn't break my heart. It'll all be fine. she likes your new haircut. It's okay. Yeah. That's snickering. It's just how happy she is. She's not laughing at you. She's laughing with you. There you go. There you go. Oh my. $17 on the SoFi. I think tomorrow will be stellar. Well, tomorrow is another day, and we'll be at it. Let's see what tomorrow brings us and what it wants to do here. We have 4 minutes to go on this day to see where we close it out at. Matterport at 1650 up 99 cents. Now 1653 up 102. Fifth wall climbing again to 1284. And the Vector climbing up to 1064. Cyxtera 974. Well, a little better here and there. Little tiny upticks on some of our stocks. IBM down 1 penny. Heartbreaker that it is. 1653 on Matterport. $17 on SoFi. GameStop 158.96. Not doesn't look like 160s in the cards today. Yeah, ATIP looks like it's going for 405 now. ATIP. The low on ATIP was 399. Volume 2.6 million shares. There you go. All right. Bruce, I'm addicted to warrants. Any suggestions you might have? The problem with warrants is that they're not usually all that liquid. They trade, and there's a market for them, kind of, but they're not very. Sometimes they have a wide spread. So I'm not a big fan of warrants like I am with options, and you don't get the leverage. But Dave, follow what you want. I don't have any suggestions for you though. I really don't. I had to search the song Alan Johnson, "Doko Breaking My Heart" with Kiki D. That's one of the worst songs they ever did. That was so overplayed in Canada. I hated that song. Hi, Carter. I couldn't if I tried. Let's see. Damn, it was a lot to read. Warrants are fun, but beware of lower liquidity if you need to unload quickly. That's the thing about those. Carlos, David, heaven isn't too far away, and cherry pie on a loop. Let's see. During earnings, is there a chance during the earnings that SoFi also drops the news there that they have their bank charter coming, or that they're opening options trading? Give a date. Vlad would begin crying in his goulash. 1703 on your SoFi. I don't know. I don't know if they would speculate. They might mention it that things are underway. We're expanding our trading platform. We're waiting for our bank charter, going through everything looks all right, or just waiting for they might not say anything. They might just be told by the lawyers, don't even comment on the bank charter. 1705 now on SoFi, getting stronger here, up 14 cents on SoFi, up $1.02 on Matterport. We're coming to the last minute and a half now. Fifth wall up 28 cents. It's 975 on Cyxtera right now, into the last 2 minutes of the trading day. The IBM has gone positive, plus 14 cents right at the end of the day by IBM. Isn't that interesting? 1705 on SoFi. I love that song, says Auntie. It's fun when you start having regulars and streams and people know each other. That's what happens here. David is saying, I'm aware of the liquidity issues, but I love the warrants with long time lines. It's also a solid idea to have them for later and convert to shares rather than sell. Let's see. Bank charters take upwards of 3 years, says Mark. SoFi edging up 1707. Yep, it's edging higher, little by little. You can tell who the full timers are on this chat. You can tell who watches the markets all day long because they're here all day long. It's great. I love it. I just so enjoy having a channel with members that are here just regularly, and we can compare notes, and people are doing some due diligence while we're covering other stuff, and it's just like a big team effort. I love it. 1707, 1706 on SoFi, 103 gain on Matterport with a minute to go. 48 seconds. Matterport up $1.03. 1285 on Fifth Wall. 1063 on VACQ. We got Cyxtera at 975, up $1.25. Volume 685,000 shares on Cyxtera, sitting at 975. It's almost like it's being capped there. Just there's a cap at 975. I'm just guessing, just speculating. Could be wrong. Just seeing it trade now at 970. Could be wrong. 1653 on Matterport. and 1701 on SoFi. There you go. Looks like AMC is going to be down $2, 206 on the downside, 31.74. The bells are ringing in New York. They're ringing them up, and so we're just about finished here. Edgar database on SEC.gov. I think SoFi earnings going to be big. Here comes the music, Bruce. Let's see. Yeah, so they wait and announce that as a standalone announcement. I think that if the charter was approved as a separate thing, they'll announce it as a separate thing. If they don't have the approval in their hands when they announce financials, they won't even talk about it. That's my guess how they're going to play this. They'll talk about what they can talk about, what they know they can talk about. We'll see how it's going to go. Let's see how this aftermarket works out exactly. We have nothing else to do, Bruce. We're here. We got nowhere else to go. A 159.05 on GameStop. The bells are ringing, Larry says. Hey, Bruce and Bagel family, too busy working this week to hang out. Just drop by to say hello and take care, everybody. Also, IBM sucks. Zach, thank you, buddy. Nice to see you, man. Matt, full-time. Yeah, I work full-time. Laughing out loud. I'm a fan of bank shorters. No, a bank, what is that? A bank, charters, crop dusting, lobbying, walking out like a pirate with a peg leg. Loving this green day. SoFi, just saw Matterport catching up and getting scared. Mike, 69.9 couldn't put that 17 on SoFi. Come on, SoFi, you didn't have to end at 16.99. Let's see, Bruce, can you beat Jim Cramer in a street fight? Chow line is closed. I have a lot of things to do, but I'd rather be doing this. Michael's laughing. Well, I'm glad you're all here, folks. We're showing the close now with a Dow closing at 162. A nice little upsurge at the end there. 447 gain on S&P for the day. 72-point loss on NASDAQ. Oil up $2 a barrel. GameStop 159.19. Looks like that was the final trade of the day. 159.09, I guess. It's now 159.30 in the aftermarket. Well, we'll see what's going on. Talking about a Nike facility, Yeti and Nike had facility shutdowns in Vietnam due to COVID issues. Very interesting. Let's see here. What else is going on? Bruce is scrappier than came. Dan Kramer. Sorry, guys. The market is closed. The moose out front should have told you. Bruce, what price are CXT October 1250s? I have contract from SVAC, and I haven't had a chance to check. SV, let me see if I have that over here or I have it over here. I have to pop it up for you. It might take me a bit. Just bear with me. Yeah, I have to do it the old slow-fashioned way. And let's see what's going on. By the time I get you this quote, someone else might have got you this quote. So I've got to wait for everything to light up here. Let's see. After hours where SoFi shines. There you go. Okay, CYXT last trade 974 up $1.24, I think. And on the options front, let's see what we can see here. What was that option you're looking for? Was that an October something? Where am I? October 1250. Okay. Let's see, October 1250. I'm showing 25.30 as a bid ask, last at 22, so that's an old trade. The trade now would be between 25 and 30 cents. The 10s are 65 to 85, and the 750s that are now, of course, in the money, obviously, they're now 225, 255. So they're popping up as well. The 10s are definitely improving. The last time they traded was at 37 cents. The last day they traded 68 in the close, but 65.85 bid ask. So that's beginning to spread because this stock is now within 26 cents of $10. That's a good sign. If the shares go up another buck or so, do not be surprised if your 1250s start reaching 50 cents, and will improve from there. The 15s are 10 to 20 cents. Not much to get excited about on that one. All right. Let's see here. And what do we got here? VW wants to know who hates that ATIP. Every damn day it gets dropped. It just keeps kicking around like an old shoe. At least it's making the call options on the cheap. There you go. There's that bid and ask, 25.30. Andy, FYI, ME announced that it will report earnings before the market opens on Friday. The company will webcast a conference call at 11 a.m. to discuss earnings and report on business progress. So we'll see how that all works out. Okay. ME on Friday. Yeah, fantastic. Everything. Uncle Bruce lives a much more sober lifestyle than Kramer. My money's on Uncle Bruce. Oh, man. Oh, man. Carlos saying, hey, at this rate, 6 Tera will become 7 Tera. I'll see myself. All right. Damn it, Jim Wally's World. He had a flat nose, and the guy had so much money. He was whistling zippity doo-dah. Whatever. Let's see. Bruce, we were just once a YouTube channel. Then someone named Texas came, and now we're a family. There you go. Thanks for checking those October prices. And Carlos, you have to sit right there in that mess you just made. Bruce, enough of the small chit chat. What is the temperature in Creston, and what's the meaning of life? You know. There it is. The meaning of life is enjoying the passage of time, says Jen. There you go. Well, right.
James Taylor.
Says James Taylor. To quote James Taylor, she said. There you go. How are the fires doing? We were at 249 of them last I heard a few days ago. We did get rain over the weekend, but we're heating up again this week. So we're crossing our fingers and hoping that this will lighten up a bit. Don't say Texas, Bruce. Don't do it. I heard Richard Branson recorded the ME earnings call while rocketing through the stratosphere a few weeks ago. Be hilarious if he did that. Isn't the meaning of life 43? Carlos wants to know, isn't the meaning of life 43?
That's the answer to everything.
Oh, that's the answer to everything. Well, there you go. See? There you go. Dow ends at a record high after the Senate passes the $1 trillion infrastructure spending bill. There you go. All right. Michael says yes. Carter says 42. Kev Lane, Tom Nash just talked about SoFi. He said he's making a video soon. Likes the company and the stock. All righty. That's only a book. So close. Hey, Uncle Bruce. I sold 4 calls on GameStop today at the high. A strike 185, August the 13th for $1.97. So they die on Friday, and they're already at 58 cents. I'm considering buying back tomorrow morning and write new ones maybe for next week, or would you? Would you? And Mirko's going to ask some more. Or would you let them expire? There you go. Well, you know what I would do, Mirko? If tomorrow, if GameStop is sitting around this level here, they will drop to like 30, 35 cents. You could scoop them up down there, I suppose, and then take a look at next Friday's as another opportunity. But let's see how the stock does. They were down $2 today. They did get up to the 166 range. So way to go on writing this contract. Easy money here, absolute easy money. I mean, if you don't do anything, you'll scoop the rest of this 58 cents. Will you get rich? No, but you're not getting poor either. This is pretty good. There's still 220 something bucks to get here, $230 to get. Nicely done. I think this is beautiful. This is exactly what writing options can do for you. If you're happy taking nickels and dimes all over the place, options can give you this opportunity. No question about it. Even writing AMC contracts for Friday, 35s for Friday. Thank you very much. If you can scoop $1 or so, take it. And if you can do, if you can write, contracts on Apple, for $2, $3, $4 out of the money for this Friday or next Friday, and score it. You score 75 cents, $1 a share. Thank you very much. Take the money and run. Being handed to you by these option players, of course. Let's see. I'm enjoying listening to Uncle Bruce. I enjoy listening to Uncle Bruce. Where is this? Here it is. While in 105-degree heat here in Moreno County, California. Laugh out loud. Too bad the day wasn't this hot. Let's see. We'll make you all a deal, says Austin. Everyone sends me $10 and I will sell all of my SPACs Once I no longer own these stocks, they will go up. Pretty much a cursed investor here. Austin, don't you have any Cyxtera? Don't you have any Cyxtera at all today? You would have had a good day today, didn't you? Don't you have any Vector? Don't you have any Fifth Wall? Don't you have any Matterport? They all went up on you today. I mean, come on. When can I write a call on ATIP? I want to be in the money on something. I would be thinking, if you want to write an ATIP 750 for next month, but I don't know if you get anything for it. I really don't know if you get anything for it. You may want to wait a while. Or am I just waiting for a decent premium? I think you are. David, Uncle Bruce, what's for dinner tonight? Inquiring minds want to know. What is for dinner tonight, Auntie Jen? Do we know? I don't think we know. I don't think we have a plan. I don't think there's a plan. No, there's no plan. We don't know yet. So we're just kind of winging it right now. Write some long-term 165 GameStop calls, buddy. That's where the premium is. There you go. Let's see. Set them, forget them. And oh, baby, you're not that kind. Ron Papil, thank you. CYXT. Carlos, Bruce, what's the deal with the cheapskates trading ATIP trades at fractions of pennies? I don't know. I can't. That's where the computers come in. I can't help you there. Eddie, maybe sadly, Austin has a lot of ATIP. Timmy says, "What's for dinner?" Yippee-ki-yay, Austin. Yeah, but do some finger gun dance moves come with your offer. David, sounds like an A&W night to me. Auntie, we're having pulled pork sandwiches with coleslaw. That sounds pretty good. Island Girl, laugh out loud, Auntie. I actually like that song. Nelson, hey, Uncle Bruce, when is a good time to buy puts against calls you already own? When is a good time to buy puts against calls you already own? Well, of course, if you're way up on a call, you can always buy a short-term put to protect any downside movement there. You can always play that game, but you get there's a point where you're just doing too much option trading, and it doesn't do any good. Cab Poutine is what's for dinner in Canada. I love that song, says Anti-PC. Where are we at here? We've got GameStop at 159.10 on the aftermarket. We have a SoFi at on the aftermarket now at... Hello. My iPad doesn't want to cooperate. Doesn't want to cooperate. It must have been something I said. Had to have been 17.14 on the aftermarket, up 15 cents. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. Oh. Okay. There we go. There we go. Yeah, SoFi looking good at 17.14, volume of 24,000. ATIP not doing much, 405 in the aftermarket, and Matterport 1655, no change there. 23andMe, no aftermarket trading, and not a lot happening. Not a lot happening. Fifth Wall, no aftermarket trading, or is there? No, there's no aftermarket trading on FWA. All right. Okay. IBM closed at 141.36. It was up 11 cents. It's 131.38 in the aftermarket. Just surging to a new high. SoFi 17.10. All right, there you go. Fantastic. How are we doing for thumbs up? We have 309 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Helping out this channel today. We got 300 going. That's not bad. 465 of you here. We have 310 now on the thumbs up meter. Keep them coming. 310 now. Fantastic. Let's see here. Maybe Bruce will go out and hunt moose for dinner with a raccoon hat on. AB, Bruce, so Matterport steadily went up like $1 on 2 million volume. What does this mean? What is probably going on? You tell me. I think we got news coming out. I told you SoFi shines in after hours, 7:14. You're right, DQ. I thought poutine was technically breakfast, 2 a.m. after a few too many beers. First thing for breakfast. Damn it, Jim, some hospitals are starting to cancel elective surgery again. No ATIP for me. Island Girl, the song Don't Go Breaking My Heart doesn't fit in with Uncle Bruce's pa music genre. There you go. Yippee-ki-yay. Can you cook, Uncle Bruce? What's your favorite recipe? Or are you the grill meister? Oh, I love cooking. Yeah, I do enjoy cooking. I'm famous for my crepes. I call them my world famous pancakes, but they really are crepes. They're very thin, very tasty, and daughter loves them, and we have them very occasionally. Is it reasonable to price CYXT at around 20 a share? I'm thinking 4 times the present market cap at least. Well, I bet you the folks who are running that company have got big plans, major expansion plans. So it could well be that the shares will do very well. BW, still too soon to write a SoFi or Matterport covered call. A few weeks out on our late year expiring options. Try and ride earnings wave this week, or still encountering wait go closer. Yeah. We got to break through 20. We got to break through $20, I think, and then look at that. But you know what? I think that as these shares go higher, they accelerate their move. Instead of going up 10 or 20 cents in a day, they'll start going up $1 or $2 a day every day. And they'll begin to take a run. And the next thing you know, you're 23, 27, 29. And here you are. That can happen. What do you expect from Hood earnings on August 18th? Absolutely nothing. I'm expecting nothing good, and I'm not a fan of these guys. They've got so many lawsuits out there. Their legal bills have got to be eating up all their capital. All my SPAC babies making me proud, except ME. What's the matter, kid? Get with the program. Kev, we're doing grass-fed burgers on cast iron steamed buns with all the fixins. I'm hungry. That sounds pretty good. MU was a stinker today. That's what I saw. Yeah, a free thinker, Mick Jones. Thanks. I'm trying to write 1 to 2 weeks. Feels like more control for me personally. I'm considering longer terms at $250 to $300 stock range. BW, Carlos, it's always like that, flat as a pancake or just goes down. It's for the dividend play to keep from the best I can garner. Sounds good, Kev. Man, I love crepes. A bit of a vanilla extract in there. Yeah, that's one of my ingredients. We need Jen to certify that thing on your crepes. She has to certify it's any good. Mirko, I was being sarcastic, free thinker, saying if I sold long-term GameStop covered calls, I'd be sweating every day. Do what you want, but I would not personally sell calls against my shares. I am someone who could. Auntie, I've been making some money on covered calls, 20, 25 times 2 or 3 times. Not much, but it helps. There you go. What time? I'm in my car, says Michael. Free thinker, we watched a 500% increase in 25 minutes. I'm not writing calls. Austin, I would jump off the deck of a cruise ship into the water for a moon on any of our stocks. Did I mention I would do it nude unless it's offensive? Yeah, well, I wouldn't recommend it because you'll get kicked off the ship and you're banned for life. Yeah, Michael, she's seasoning the meat now. Hurry, better hurry. Mine are weekly and monthly. Those are the contracts I like to write. Whoops, cursed, my bad. Okay. My dad makes crepes with leftover pork bone broth. So savory. Interesting. Michael, Kevlin, I drive fast. You in New York? Let's see, 1710 on SoFi right now. Over here, what else have we got going on? IBM 141.19, now down 19 cents. What a heartbreaker that stock is. What a heartbreaker IBM is. Terrible. Mean stock, I must say. GameStop in the aftermarket, 158.55, down 50 cents. And let's see, CYXT 974, no trading in the aftermarket. Let's see, 23andMe 861 close, 860 in the aftermarket. Nothing going on there. Nothing going on. GameStop 159 again, and Matterport aftermarket 1660 on 140 shares. Nothing much happening there. Kind of quiet. We had a good day on some of these stocks, though. Definitely a pretty good day on some of these stocks. We'll take these gains for sure. Vector acquisition holding, not trading in the aftermarket, 10.57 last trade, up 21 cents today. Thank you. Alrighty, let's see. Google has a $4,000 premium on a 10 September written call for $2,800 U.S. strike. I wish I had the money to buy 100 stocks of that stuff. Let's see. A free thinker says, I remember you talking about your world famous crepes. Did you make some for Jen Jr. when she was home? I did. We had the one. As a matter of fact, we had crepes for dinner. We didn't make it for breakfast. I made it for dinner. and we cranked up the bacon, had crispy bacon, and we had the crepes, and we had the peaches from Costco in the jars, and then we had warmed up maple syrup. Ooh, it was all good. It was just all good. Let's see. Uncle Bruce, in all seriousness, I've noticed SoFi advertising online a lot more lately. Yeah, probably because I'm looking for it. You're not alone. They are absolutely promoting their brand big time. They are really promoting their brand. They want to become the Amazon of online banking. They absolutely do. They want to become a household name. Now, advertising on television doesn't necessarily make the stock go up, but it doesn't hurt to familiarize people with the name. So when someone hears something about a hot stock like SoFi, they go, "Oh, I know those guys. I saw them on TV the other day." That right there builds legitimacy, and SoFi is absolutely promoting themselves all over the place on all kinds of media. Yeah, I think they're doing a great job. Way to go. 23andMe is the outcome I wish for when I browse Tinder. I don't know what that means. And Kev Lane, it's only a short 5 hours flight and you gain hours by traveling west. I'll join too. Let's see. What do you put in the crepes, Bruce? Oh, I don't put any in my crepes. I lay them flat on a plate. I stack them. I just stack them. And I just say, help yourselves. And what I do is I put some peach slices on top of my crepes with some of that peach juice from the container from Costco, and I might add a little bit of maple syrup to it, and it's delicious. It's just delicious. From time to time, I've had the occasion where I'll cook these up for kids with children visiting, and that's when I pull out the can of real whipping cream, and then we have that too. So now you got the crepes, the peaches, and whipping cream on top of that. Oh yeah, that goes over very well. And of course, you let the kid put their own whipping cream on. You don't have to do it for them. Sorry about the American. We have crepes for dinner. Crepes kind of food you can eat anytime. I agree. I sold a couple of $18.50 SoFi 820 calls. Slight profit for me at that price. But I'm sure I'll rage beyond that because I like Austin. I'm a cursed investor, but we really help the economy. You're welcome. There you Thank you. SoFi breaking 17 in the aftermarket. When SoFi or Matterport are in the $30 to $50 range, are weekly contracts just out of the money? A weekly contract out of the money, about $1 to $2 unreasonable. If you've got 1,000 shares, that could be $1,000, $2, 1,000 or 2,000 a week or not. That's not bad. That's right. If your shares are trading, very heavily, and there's movement there, $4 or $5 a day each way, these contracts will have premium. Absolutely, they'll have premium, and you can take advantage of that. Are you going to have to change your name to Anti-Cougar? DQ is that? Sorry, don't know what that means. Yeah, man, I'm psyched to start writing calls on SoFi, Matterport, and DACQ. There you go. Bald crepes. It's okay. We still slay dragons, I'm sure. IBM seems like it's in the AMD penalty box for a while. Trust me, it sucks. AMD was flat for a very long 5 months. They just started moving again as of late. Auntie, yes, don't go breaking your mother's heart. Dave, I roll them up in strawberry jam. There you go. Kev, Michael, Larry, maybe take a Concorde grape jet. I'll have two extra if you get it before morning. Otherwise, it's a fried egg on leftover burger for me. Let's see. What else we got here? Bruce, who does your makeup? It looks great. Oh, no, don't go there. Did anyone sort out what happened to those 865,000 shares that were pulled out of the iBorrowing this morning? No idea. The price barely moved. Auntie, is he younger than 29? Free thinker. Be careful creating too many naked crepes, Uncle Bruce. They'll make your short squeeze. Oh, geez. Very good. We eat crepes as a kid's dessert and roll them with ice cream inside. Yeah. That's the European way of enjoying crepes for sure. In Berlin, I noticed there were crepe stands from time to time at some of these some of these winter these Weihnacht gardens, these Christmas gardens. They have all these booths, and they would have occasionally they would have a little crepe stand, and they love eating crepes over there with Nutella inside them. They spread the Nutella, then roll them up. People love that over there. Let's see. Yeah, good points as NTPC. But yeah, I enjoy my crepes my way. The Uncle Bruce method is what I like to use. Indeed, indeed. Okay, folks, I'm going to pack it up. I'm going to say thank you, all of you, for being here today and enjoying the ride. Let's hope we have another one tomorrow. It's been an interesting week already. Thank you for becoming members and being subscribers and all your support. I thank you all. Let's make a ton of money tomorrow. Let's have some of these stocks take a shot, and let's see what happens for you. I'll be on at 8:30 in the morning tomorrow, and I look forward to having you there. Come on, guys. Despite your age, your mom is your mom. Take care. Have a fun afternoon. Thanks, Uncle B. Thank you, everybody. Just to put this in there, I had a whole mess of crepes this morning. They're just like pancakes, even better. You got it, Snake. They are awesome. Great shows today. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody. Thanks. I bet after a wild night, Michael looks like a folded up Bruce crepe with peaches and cream. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Have a great night. Cheers. Thank you. Have a good evening, everybody. Happy days. Thanks, everybody. Same time, same place, same channel. That's right. Bagels and Crepes with Uncle Bruce. Thanks, buddy. GameStop, it had 900,000 shares to borrow at market close at 35 that opened today, but the price didn't decline and that volume didn't show up till after much later. Interesting. Bruce, can you lean real close to the mic and whisper so you want to get in a little extra action? No, I don't want to do it. In America, we make our crepes with barbecue sauce and gunpowder. Oh, man. I started my new adventure being a soul trader today. There you go. Beautiful stuff. Later, everybody. Good luck on dinner, Uncle B. Woohoo, everybody. Take care, everybody. Good night, y'all. A Waffle Raptor hates the crepe talk. They must have used the borrowed shares for option plays, maybe. Good night, says NTBC. Like the Vegas married put. Michael, he's never going to slip up at this point. Thanks. Thank you, Michael. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.